me, in my position, assert that what Kemi badenoch said is not far from the truth. As a matter of fact, it is exactly the truth. I mean, that your vice president could come and respond to her saying that she has to look. Patriotism starts when people in governance provide the benefits for its people, and patriotism ends when governance begins to exploit the people. What the Tinubu administration is asking Nigerians to do is to remain patriotic even in the face of negativity perpetrated by people in governance. That is unacceptable. Now, what is it exactly that Kemi said? Kemi said that her experience with the UK police as compared with her experience with the Nigerian police is very different. While she gave positive references to the UK police, the reverse was the case with her reference to the Nigerian police. I mean, what is wrong with that? Is it that her only crime is that she made it public? All of us, even just recently that I traveled to Edo State, the same place that Okene said, that same place, those people have been there over and over, and I've made like 3 videos drawing our attention to those thieves. Immediately, you leave Lokoja to Okene, the very first checkpoint you meet after leaving Okene, I think the first, second, third, fourth, those are well-recruited, uniformed, armed robbers on the street. They've been there exploiting and extorting everybody. I was traveling the last time, and I said this time I'll make sure all my papers are complete. I made sure I renewed my papers, made sure I renewed my driver's license, made sure everything in my car was working, the headlights, everything. Made sure I had a triangle, fire extinguisher, spare, everything you need, you know the police will check. Still, they still found something in me that made me cough out 20,000 naira. What was my offense? That my son braided his hair. And because of that, they had to go through his phone. And when they went through his phone, they saw more than one email. They said the guy is a Yahoo, that waiting. The guy has about 4 million. The guy has about 4 million in his account. And because they were delaying us, and we still have a long journey to do, and because if you decide to argue with them, they will delay you. And because you are in a hurry, you want to get to where you are, you have to play by their game. And we paid 20,000 naira to them just to go. I'm not talking about other police stations, 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, just like that. So, I mean, what exactly has she said? When we have black men in uniform that holds guns, that elevates their sudden status, that makes them feel that they can now oppress the people that they are paid to protect. Now, recently I heard the Inspector General of Police saying that any police who stops you and demand to go through your phone, you should beat him and stone him. And I'm like, is this man for real, or is he paid to be a stand-up comedian? I mean, which type of AY life or Night of 1,000 laugh is this? Did he say that too? Yes. So what type of stand-up comedy is this? If people are misplacing their callings, if you are supposed to be a stand-up comedian, please get a microphone and climb the stage. But to encourage the citizens of Nigeria to stone police if they demand to go through your phone, it's utterly laughable. It's utterly laughable. Because you know well that Stone which police? Nigerian police. You want stone Nigerian police? You're just asking Nigerians to commit suicide. That is straight suicide. I've seen a policeman who unalived a truck driver for giving 100 naira instead of 500 naira. It's like these police chiefs are pretending to live in another world. Now, I saw a video made by Very Dark Man recently. No, not that he was justifying police extortion on the road, but trying to give an excuse why some of these police are behaving like that. Let me tell you, even if you increase the salaries of police to 300 naira per month, they will still collect money on the road. It's an ingrained thing. It's a psychological thing that has gradually metamorphosed into a cultural phenomenon. And until look, Nigeria is a country where people believe there are no consequences for your actions. Until we instill a system where people know that there is a consequence for your action, these atrocious tendencies will continue to persist. Because those checkpoints along Okene Road, they are there. They are not ghosts. They are human beings. What they do is that they pick a location where, your Android phone needs strong network saver to actually connect. But these other smaller phones that has external battery, these smaller cheap phones, they need very little network strength to actually make call. So what they do is that they pick this type of locations where they have these cheap phones that can actually make calls. But you, with your big Android phone, you can't make calls. So that whenever you catch them, so if I stop in Okene now, where I have no way to make a phone call, in that area, in that vicinity, I am completely in their, you guys are distracting me. I am completely in their mercy. Then I'll pick a stone and stone police for that place that I cannot call for help. Look, Mr. Inspector General of Police, don't send Nigeria to their early graves. That is an ill thought out suggestion to Nigerian citizens. Nigeria is an incorrigible, corrupt country. Nigeria is, I don't want to use the word irredeemable. I don't want to use the word irredeemable because our problem I've always maintained is a problem of leadership. If we get the right leader who is fearless, he can, because the leadership of Nigeria has immense power. Immense power. So all we need is a leader that can actually, a leader that can actually knock the Inspector General of Police, a leader that can knock the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Defense Staff, a leader that can knock. So we just want a leader that is incorruptible. That's just all. It's not as if those who are saying Nigeria cannot be fixed. It's a lie. The moment we have a good leader, the problems of Nigeria is gone within hours. And I said this thing by beating my chest because an example is readily available. When Buhari was sick and stayed some time in UK hospital, the mantle of leadership fell immediately on Osibanjo. And Osibanjo took over. And in less than 3 months, Nigerians saw visible physical changes in the whole polity and fiscal structure. And what did he do? He started by, attending town hall meeting, calling young boys, young Igbo boys, young Yoruba boys, young Fulani boys, and telling them for the need for Nigeria to become one. Not these politicians that have strengthened the reason for us to divide. They have deepened the dichotomy of division. So much so that now more than ever, the division along religious and tribal lines are now more pronounced. This is what is leading to all this, we want Biafra, Zoo, Yoruba Hetibo, Fulani Hetibo, Christian this, Boko. Look, all these things can be resolved one day. Like the issue of Boko Haram in the north, it's all political. The people holding these expensive guns don't have the money to buy these guns. Somebody is making sure that these terrorists in the north persist, because an excuse to ask federal government to vote money to the north becomes available. And when the money comes, the money does not go directly into resolving the conflict in the north, but go into the pockets of a few that becomes rich overnight. So it's a well-strategized means of raising income by ensuring that unrest in the north persists. So Kemi badenoch, I don't think she even said more. She didn't even open the keg. She didn't even pop the lid of the keg open enough for everything to pop out. Now these seemingly hypocritical patriotics who come to attack anybody that says something wrong about Nigeria are in their hypocrisy exposing not just their wickedness, but their resolve not to meet the yearnings of Nigerians. And I feel so bad.